Double exposures on the Pentax 17, are they possible? Yes, they are. I'm going to show you how. Now the trick is you need to override the camera's sort of safety mechanism for stopping you from accidentally double. Take a photo. And if I try and take another one without winding on, nothing happens. See here, you get a little warning light coming on. So you have to wind on and watch this. Film advances, take your photo. We want to do a double exposure. So we need to stop the film from winding or let the camera think that we have wound it on. So what do? We press this little button. Now this button is the rewind button. Normally you press it when you finish the roll and you're winding back in. So it disengages the internal mechanism in the camera that stops film from slipping backwards, which is obviously normally you want it to keep moving forwards unless you've finished and winding it back. But what it allows you to do is if you press it and then wind on, now watch what happens to the film. Doesn't advance, so the shutter is now cocked. There we go. The shutter thinks that you wound on the film, but the film hasn't actually moved at all. There you go, double exposures. Pro tip, of course, when you double expose, you're giving the film twice as much light as it would normally need, which is called adding an extra stop of exposure. Most colour negative films, that's not a problem actually. They can cope with double the light without really noticing. But if you want to be really accurate, or you're using a film where that really matters, then fortunately the Pentax 17 has you covered with exposure compensation dial. So if you're going to do a double exposure, you're doubling the light, that's adding a stop. So take away the stop by going to minus, and then it'll be exposed perfectly.